Hello, welcome back once again to Risk of Rain. We finally got a win last time. We figured out where we've been going wrong, and I'm excited to keep going forward, so let's get right into it. I need to get back on the screen. No. There we go. Alright, we finally won with Acrid. Let's try a different character this time. We're not supposed to have Mercenary unlocked yet, so we're going to skip him for now. Let's do Loader. Loader is an interesting character. He's very much a super aggressive melee character. What makes him aggressive is one of his abilities basically gives him an invincibility shield for a few seconds to make sure you can keep going with your melee attacks. He also gets a hydraulic gauntlet which can pull himself forward to any wall just to help out his movement speed if he needs to escape a bad situation, or use it to hurt an enemy, like in a one-on-one situation. And he also has lightning rod conduits he can place out that shock all enemies between the two towers. So, let's get right into it. We're going to keep in mind what we learned last time. Just get to the teleporter as fast as possible, then worry about all the enemies. Don't let anything distract you. And go. Alright, Desolate Forest. It looks like we appeared on towards the right side of the map, so I'm gonna go here first. Just because if this turns out to be a dead end, we didn't waste as much time. Once again, we have the glitchy achievement progress not resetting, but you know, it's all good. Sorry. I'm glad I went here first because the teleporter was here. Very fortunate. And let's show off some of Loader's combat skills. This is his invincibility aura, or whatever you call it. Let's set up a conduit, just because we've got a big bunch of enemies, so let's get them all damaging. Yeah, and you know, a very useful thing about his melee attack is that he does it in threes, and the third one actually pops enemies up into the air, which actually like helps you not have to deal with some of their attacks. So all the knockback he has on his attacks make combat very easy to work with, despite the fact that he has to get very close to all the enemies. So he tends to be a very easy character to play. And finally, how freaking many of these guys have we killed? We finally got the monster log for them. Right. Just trying to keep all the enemies down. We need to eventually wander a little bit back to where we started because we need to get some items out of this. We don't want that Wicked Ring is a really good item, but we don't want it to be the only thing we get from this level. I'm gonna put up a conduit there just so it's something I can hook to, just to speed up the process of getting back to where we started. Although it sounded like an enemy spawned back up there with it, so we'll just come up here. We just want to find some way to spend the money we have. We don't want to be trapped in a situation where we have no items to work with. Because as fast as we can get through this level, it's all for naught if we don't get any items to help us as the difficulty just naturally increases. Because there's a limit on how fast we can complete each level. We have to spend at least 2 minutes plus like however long it took to find the teleporter, so as much as we can, we want to just like make sure we have enough to get ourselves set up for later in the game. So we got squibs from that shrine, get head stompers here. I'm actually gonna go back on what I said. I'm gonna activate the conduit here because it's gonna help kill those imps. In fact, if we do it really quickly, we can take care of the second wave as well. So we got Rusty Blade and more head stompers from that. Looks like that's all the enemies we're gonna, or all the items rather, that we're gonna get in this round. So I think much more than that would just take too much time, so I'm just gonna start heading back. Yeah. I don't like how almost no items spawned where the teleporter was, so we had to spend a little bit of time backtracking just to make sure we had at least some items to work with. Unfortunate. Alright. We're still going to finish around 4 minutes. It's still a really good pace to work with. But if like items were closer, we could have gone through that faster and maybe had more stuff to work with when we finally got there. So we're in the damp caverns, rather. The dank caverns. You know, we're just trying to use this. It's basically a hook shot. That's just what I casually refer to it as. We're gonna try to use that just wherever we find a moment where it can help us traverse the level that much quicker. Because again, we've made it our goal to just find those teleporters as fast as possible. We realize that's what makes the wins come. We found the teleporter we want. We send all those squibs immediately at the boss with here. Gonna get a conduit going. Yeah, the invincibility lasts just long enough for you to get off like 2 sets of 3 of your melee attack. And you can either like keep attacking past that and just take the damage that would normally happen, or you can get out. Like sometimes you'll see me climb onto a rope and just wait for the invincibility to recharge. Yeah, like right here. I'm doing it now mostly because those greater whips can deal quite a bit of damage to me if I'm not careful, so I don't really feel like risking it with them grouped up right there. The spitters can be a little bit of a nuisance in some situations, but I don't think they'll be too rough here. We need to... Once again, we're finding ourselves being kind of screwed over simply by a lack of items for us to grab. The conduit, just take care of that last guy. I think I may just be venturing too far this way, because now all the enemies are spawning over here with me. Now I have to go and deal with all those guys now. Maybe I shouldn't be going this far here. That was pretty slick. Gotta give myself credit for that one. That was a pretty slick move. Alright, please, is there anything up here for me? Doesn't look like it, or at least, you know, at this point, I might as well just walk around the whole level, even though that is going to take some time. It's a pretty big level, and we just need to get some items to work with. I think those last enemies it's saying are there are pretty much just right by the teleporter. I guess I'll send those. I think those are gonna fade out before they even reach those enemies, but you know, just in case, we'll send them out. Alright. And we take the slow walk all the way around the level. Stock up on items. I think we can still get back around to the teleporter on a good pace here. Timekeeper secret. That'll help if we underestimate how much damage we're taking in the middle of a big combat. Red Whip, that's going to help us out right here because we can walk around the whole stage faster, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, any movement speed items you can get are usually really good takes. Just because of how important it is to get to the teleporter as fast as possible. We're going to take that fire shield because getting that blast damage if we take too much damage will help disperse large groups that we're usually going to end up in because we are a melee character. We also got the knockback from the boxing glove. Let's see. There's a tier 2 chest back up there where we initially spawned. so we'll grab that. This is the golden gun. More gold, more damage. Right, exactly what it says on the tin. Alright. There's that 114. If these last two enemies give us 20 gold, I'm gonna plop back down to grab that really quick. Well, we're starting to push it a little bit on maintaining a good pace. We're starting to push it a little bit too far in the wrong direction. That's what these guys give us. We did get enough. Okay, I'm gonna grab that. If it was just a regular chest, I wouldn't be wasting my time, but... And actually, shock attacks is going to be very helpful for us, since we're usually dealing in large groups, and we're up close in their face, so not only are multiple enemies getting hit by each of our attacks, but it's all doing electric damage to hit those groups even more. So that should help out a little bit. Now we gotta see whether or not taking the time to get all those items was worth it. It looked like we got a pretty good haul of items that otherwise we would have had to pass up on most of them. We'll just have to see exactly how much we benefited or lost from that trade-off. I think it was probably a good idea to do that, just because otherwise we would have so few items to work with. Although I think on a level like this, because this is the Broken Bridge variant where we can't cross over the top. Have we even seen the non-broken variant once yet? Feels like the Broken Bridge happens much more often than not, but the thing is, teleporter's not up here, and we need to find teleporter fast, so there's a bunch of items up there that we really want, but I think just for the sake of time, we gotta pass up on them, because like, a lot of our runs have just been completely derailed by this level specifically, and how long it took us to get out of this level. So, alright, we find the teleporter here, and maybe we can take a trip back upstairs to get those items that we had passed up moments before. We're dealing with a blighted enemy, so this is not ideal. I'm going to get out of here because that blight is being a right asshole right now. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do this rope strat here. Whibs. Alright. This blighted guy is almost dead. We just gotta finish him off here. But I'm going to be like super safe here and just do cheap and or awesome strat. Oh god. Oh god. Missiles, don't, please don't. God, now it's these missile elites that are the problem. Not ideal, but we're getting through this. At least I hope so. Okay, it looks like we're almost done with this boss here. Get this item. Like, stacking this item, I think, is not... It's one of the worst stacks in the game because it extends how long the period is, but, like, the thing is that the amount of times you're allowed to activate that, like, it has a cooldown, and stacking does not reduce that cooldown, so, like, the usefulness of stacking that item is so, just, like, not really that good, because it just gives you an extra second of the freeze, but it doesn't, like, change how often you get to use the freeze, so, I'm not a fan of how that item stacks. Because I feel like stacking in a different way would be much more useful. We get tough times here, Or as I call it, the teddy bear, because that's what it fucking is. That'll help just keep us alive. Alright. And now let's deal with this big fucking group here. Right? We're not really dealing with this in the most efficient way, but safety is just as important as efficiency in many cases. We are slowly getting all these guys taken care of. Oh god, I got caught on that rope, so that invincibility was completely wasted. Alright. So, this is all the enemies there are. We absolutely do need to spend the time to get at least the items that were up here on the top part. I guess we'll explore sideways just a little bit. If we don't find anything, we're going to quickly abandon it. Yeah, no. Not much nearby, but we know there's a lot up on the top. We are gonna go up here and get all this stuff because just the sheer volume of what's up here, plus like, we just keep ending up in a bad situation because the items are never near the teleporter, so we have to keep wasting time exploring around to make sure we're still getting at least some items, because if you don't get any items, that's almost just as bad as taking way too long to finish the level. Just because the difficulty is still rising, at least it doesn't rise as much, but it's still rising, and if you don't get more items to counter that, then your run's gonna go to shit just the same. So that's what we're having to deal with. It's made worse by the... yeah, we just... it's just about finding the right balance. I think in previous runs we prioritize items a little too much, but in this specific run I think just like we need to make sure we're at least getting some items, and we knew there was a good haul of items up here, so we're at least going to come up here. Yeah, so we are falling behind ideal pace here. Energy cell, that's actually a very useful item for loader, because in close quarters combat you're prone to falling to lower health, and that's going to help us attack faster. It means we're actually going to be able to use our invincibility periods more effective because we'll get even more attacks during those periods, so that'll help. Plus, like, the fact that we have such good knockback means faster attack keeps us even safer. Actually, I'm gonna check the back end of this downstairs area first. Okay, nothing here. Just wanted to check it. Didn't want to cycle all around the level just to figure out it was over there. Okay, it's down here. It's nearby. Well, this level usually doesn't have a lot of items anyway, although this boss spawned in a very fortunate, albeit glitchy, location where he can't actually damage us. Because, like, this boss's damage is on stomp. And he's on a lower floor than we are, so he actually can't stomp us. Okay, take it easy. I'll get a conduit out here. Alright, at least I thought I was getting a conduit. These frostbolts are helping us control this crowd quite a bit. Love it if you guys stop spawning here. Although maybe I can just like leave these guys for now because they're gonna be near the teleporter anyway. Maybe like going upstairs to try to find whatever items we can. We can still do that. Just as long as we like don't let these guys get into too big of a crowd. I need some better healing items here. Good. I think, like, we're handling combat just fine. It's just the fact that we're not healing fast enough to get back into it if we take a little too much damage. Alright, so enemies are no longer spawning. There's just those few that we left downstairs here. No items. No items over there. I know this stage usually doesn't have a lot of items, but it usually at least has some. This is the first item we've actually seen in this stage. Oh, okay, well, actually I'm fine with that either way. I actually kind of wanted the, what is it, the soldier's syringe more than the hop feather, but the hop feather is just the same because it helps us stay out of combat when we're not invincible. It just gives us a chance to just get into the air to avoid damage while we wait for our invincibility to recharge. Let's use squibs there. It hurts my brain to even say that. The squibs. Alright, we're not on a terrible pace here. We're at the 20-minute mark, which is right around a 5-minute per level pace. Sort of, on the higher difficulty, we kind of want to be a little bit faster than that even, but it's certainly an acceptable pace. What am I doing? Find the teleporter. Let's do this first. Monster Tooth, that's fine and dandy. I like that. I guess fighting that guy for a little bit did help us regenerate faster to get the health shrine. And I usually will kind of stall a little bit to get more out of the double health shrines because obviously the chance for 2 items is often very worth it. And I think the items we did get out of that are very useful. I am not going to spend time searching the level for more of those shrines. I am just going to like deal with the ones we saw. They're very well may have been other ones over on the other side, but I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna totally waste a bunch of time going over to find all the other ones that there might be on this level, because, you know, if there were none, then it was a total waste of time for nothing. Yeah, like a lot of the times, as far as the trade-off between getting items and leaving fast, a lot of things are just decided by what you know is there versus, like, I don't know if I'm even going to find anything if I explore some locations. That's why on that snow level, like, I went back up that left side because I knew there were a bunch of items there, but I didn't explore the right side very much because I had no confirmation that there would be good stuff for me there. A big mess here, but our invincibility period and just hopping to get out of the way of most damage is helping us keep our health manageable here. Here. This will make oh, there's still 2 bosses here. I thought we killed one of them, but apparently not. Trying to just remember to get my conduits whenever I can. So I think that's an ability I sometimes forget about, so I'm just like trying to periodically remind myself, hey, we should put up a conduit. There's a big field of enemies here. You know, an awkward thing you might have been noticing is that I don't know if it's a glitch or whether or not it was intentional, but because the melee attacks actually send you forward a little bit. If you time a jump in the right way, you can, like, you get the forward momentum from the melee attack during your jump, which is why you sometimes see me being just like randomly boosted forward, just like that. That's what just happened. Alright. So, looks like there's just 2 more enemies down here. Bad thing, yeah, the bad thing that happened here about finishing too fast is that even after we've killed every single enemy, there was not enough money on the stage to buy that legendary chest that we saw up here. Which is a bit of a shame. Because a guaranteed tier 3 item is a really good bet. Like whenever you can get it, but we were not able to do. We will explore the other side some more. And I think the thing is, I don't know if we're totally prepared for the final boss, but at the same time, looping isn't exactly going to be very easy for us. So I'm thinking, and maybe even just because like I haven't done it before, let's just go straight to the final boss without looping any. So I'm just like whatever other items I find here, I'm just gonna take those and go straight to the final boss. I think that's mostly just because I'm not confident about our ability to actually get through on this more levels than we have to. I think we can we're just barely prepared enough to take on the final boss, but not much more than that. So I think for this run, we're going to end it a little earlier than most episodes and just go straight to the final boss here. Going to the final level. Occasionally I mean to go to the final level and just like my brain goes on autopilot and I press the wrong button and end up looping when I didn't want to. So I've become very cautious of that because I know I've done that very silly thing more times than I want to admit. Let's do a conduit. Me reminding myself to actually use my abilities. I should do that. Like if there are ever some abilities I catch myself not using very often, I should just like occasionally remind myself, hey, try using that a little bit more. I'm gonna go up here for this roulette thing here. I don't think I'm gonna go open all the other bay doors, but I do have at least one key card, so I'm probably gonna go. I actually don't know which one I'm gonna go for. Probably, well, depending on how much extra money we have after this. I think for the final boss, I'd much rather have the Shattered Mirror for the double attacks. Let's just get what we can here. Get a guaranteed tier 2. More tough times. That just gives us even more damage reduction. I guess I'll go to the medical room because there are those compartments you can open in the medical room that can sometimes give you items but don't cost anything to open, whereas in the other rooms, like if you want something, you gotta pay to open it. So I'm gonna go to the medical. Of course, there are still some normal chests in here, but it's like those are just like a bonus as to what the room is actually meant for. somehow got that conduit to land itself, like, in the ceiling part. My healing drone that I bought a while back, that I kind of forgot about, is about to die. I'm not actually getting any items from this compartment. It's like just a chance, but usually you get at least a couple. Wow, okay, so my whole justification for choosing the medical room did not pan out because none of those compartments gave me items. I guess there's still this one here, so yeah, none of them gave me items. My whole reasoning for choosing that room over the others was completely useless. Let's just get this open. I'm not happy about that. Maybe I should actually just back off this area a little bit because I don't think much is going to be accomplished from fighting all those guys. Except maybe just getting me killed. Yeah, I think it's just time for me to leave here. Yeah, knowing I couldn't even take care of those crowds very much, not very optimistic about this. We'll give it a shot. Not very optimistic about how this fight is gonna go. This is gonna be a slow fought battle. Because we're not dealing that much damage, but we are able to stay relatively safe here, so that's gonna be a plus for us. I need to make sure I'm timing my invincibility well enough to what am I gonna say? Just avoid his like main swipes. Otherwise, that's gonna become a pain for us. These armor phases are a little bit annoying because I like can't get much on him. I can't like do much to him when he's in those phases, so it's getting especially annoying. Like the Toxic Centipede item is still like getting us a decent amount of damage on it during the armor phases, but not enough to make me feel like that's actually going to be a considerable source of damage. Maybe I actually should just let myself get hit a little bit, just for the sake of the energy cell increased attack speed. Not enough to let myself die, but just enough to get me the higher attack speed. That was a bad time to activate my Shattered Mirror right as he entered his armor phase. Uh-oh. Oh, that was unfortunate. I just realized how much that Cursed Ring is actually helping us, or Wicked Ring, I forget which one it is. It's actually helping us a lot because it's helping us charge the invincibility ability faster, almost to the point where we can get it ready again before the previous one's even done. I think I'm going to try to save the next Shattered Mirror charge until the Gilded Worm's Python. We're just going to try to finish him off without using it yet. Which we should be able to do. Alright, there we go. Let's get a conduit ready. Not doing very much to him. This is why I was not very optimistic about Fright, because I knew our damage was not really up to par with the difficulty, so I knew this was going to be a slow fight. Even though, like, we're pretty well equipped to survive a long fight, like, all it takes is you to do one stupid thing and suddenly your health is out of management. You lagged a little bit there because there's so many damage calculations going on. Alright, looks like the red one is dead. Yeah, I think the fact that we're hitting multiple segments at once is helping this go a lot quicker, comparatively. I think it always helps a lot. I think only like Commando, which like is only really good at hitting one enemy at a time, is the only sort of character where that would really not be the case. I want to get rid of these guards before we really start focusing on Providence himself. Alright, they're both dead now. Okay, he's doing that annoying thing. Oh shoot, I walked right into him there. I think I can be much more aggressive in using the Shattered Mirror, because now even if he enters the armor phase, I can just focus attacks on his blighted self. Although maybe I should actually specifically use it to focus on the blighted version instead of just using it as like an alternative. this is not going to be fun to deal with both of these when I can't do damage to either of them really fast. Ooh, this is not going to be a fun fight here. Stay out of my life. Alright, yeah, this could be going much more smoothly than it is, but what are you gonna do? Alright, blighted version is down, although another one is gonna be coming soon. I think maybe I can use those conduits just as a good way to keep going damage on him while he's doing that silly attack there. Okay, now we got another blighted version to deal with. I think maybe at this point we just focus on killing Providence because blighted version is going to go away as soon as we kill the regular one anyway. And we'd have to wait for his armor base to run out. Oof. Oh no, 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 no. Oh, that could have been bad. That could have been bad. Okay, is that healing item ready for me? Oh god, I need that to recharge fast. Oh god, I need it, please. Be ready for me. I need it. Alright, blighted version is dead. I need that healing item to come back, healing structure to come back online. Alright, looks like I'm back to manageable health. And Providence is almost dead, so let's just try to grind out the rest of him. And there we go. Yeah, okay. We did survive the fight. It was not a fun fight. It was very hard fought, but we did it. Finally starting to figure things out about how this game really works and what you gotta do to survive. And you now have natural victories with 2 of the 12 characters. And we'll keep it going next time. So until then, see ya.